Hi, welcome to my class. Please grab your mini band and put it on the area above the knees. Have a stance about hip width apart, so pretty narrow, and have your feet turned a little bit outward. We're gonna press the knees out as we come down, press the palms, chest is reaching out, hips are reaching back, shoulders are down away from the ears. Going into some body squats with resistance. You can also do this with no mini band if you don't have one. Just focus on pressing the knees out as you come down and up, moving as slowly as you possibly can. We're going to do about 15 of these, and the goal is to get yourself to temporary muscle failure. The only way to do that is to go extremely slow. So truly give yourself a count of 5 going down, holding for a count of 5, coming back up for a count of 5, pressing the knees out, pressing the palms at the same time, not coming up all the way to straight legs, so really staying in it, keeping the tension radiating throughout the movement. Coming up, and immediately back down. 3, 4, 5, holding, hips going down as low as they possibly can, chest reaching out. And coming back up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Immediately back down into it. Holding for a count of 5. Nice deep breaths. And back up, not locking out at the top. Really pressing out with the knees. Hips reaching back. Shoulders down and relaxed. And back up, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, 2, 3, 4, 5, pressing the palms as firmly as you can together, really feeling your entire body radiating with tension. Coming back down, 2, 3, 4, 5, moving with your breath, holding, 3, 4, 5, pressing the knees out as you come up, 2, 3, 4, 5. The slower we move, the more our muscles are probably going to start shaking, and that's going to help create the opportunity for those muscles to change, which is why this is part of the Cellulite Circuit. Down, holding, relaxing the breath, coming back up, pressing the palms right in front of the chest, coming back down, maybe watching yourself in the mirror, making sure your body is in alignment. Hips are even left to right. Coming back up, not locking the knees out, going right back into it, really pressing the hips back as far as you can, trying to get into a full range of motion. Nice stretch on the Achilles and calves as well. So increasing ankle mobility as well as really core and hip stabilization. Great. Continue. Great. Done. Let's go ahead and come down onto the mat. We're going to go into a table bridge. So you'll place your hands, fingers facing towards the feet, on the mat, and you're going to slowly start bringing your hips up for a count of 5, holding for a count of 5, and exhaling back down. And we're going to do about 12 of these. Again, with the goal of moving so slow that you get your body to temporary muscle failure, meaning you really can't do any more reps. You know you did it right when you basically have to peel yourself off the mat. So we're only doing one set of 12, so we've got to really make it count and go as slow as we can. Continuing to take nice deep breaths. Holding as we come up. Pressing up as high as you can, perfect table. And back down. I'm kind of working in a harder range of motion here versus full because my butt is not coming that close to the ground. If you were working in more of a full range of motion, your butt would still not touch the ground. You would just barely be hovering over it before immediately coming back up into the table position. Again, pressing the knees out. Keeping your head in line with your spine if you can, so be aware of your head. Don't necessarily tuck the chin, really relax the head back. Coming back up. 3, 4, 5, holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. And releasing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Continuing to press the knees out. Back up. Strong arms. Great. Holding strong. Nice deep breaths. Coming back down. And back up. Nice deep breaths. And back down. Immediately back up. Pressing the knees out, hips up as high as you can. And back down, up. Just moving with your breath. And back down, and up. And down. Coming back up again. Going as slow as you can. And now we're going to start raising one knee at a time. So again, knees are separate from each other. Right knee is going to raise maybe 1, 2, 3 times. Slowly up and down, marching table bridge. The key here is to not move the hips. You've got to keep the hips up the entire time. Switching legs. Left leg moving up. 1, 2, 3 times, marching, pressing the hips up the entire time. The most important part is when you're actually about to raise the hips. So keep an eye on those hips. Make sure you're not dropping 1 centimeter. If you are, perhaps you'll wait to try the marching table bridge. Come back down. Remove the band. Great job there. And we're going to go ahead and go into the next movement. So you're going to actually take one of your legs back, maybe onto a couch. I actually have kind of a contraption I've created because I like to have my toes facing down with a nice straight ankle. So this is what I'm using. At the gym, you'll find the quad machine is perfect for this. Just stick your foot in there. Let's see if we can do maybe 5 reps, going as slow as you can. That count of 5 down, count of 5 up. Making sure that front knee is not caving in. And you're wanting the both legs to be at about 90-90. So make sure your front foot is not too far back so your back foot is touching your butt. You really need to step that front foot out so both legs are wide enough. And you can check this by looking in the mirror, which I would highly recommend to make sure you're in proper position. Once you hit your 5th one, you're going to stay there, put a timer on. We're going to try to hold for 1 minute. And you'll feel as if things are working against each other in this pose. So you're really a lot of contrasting kind of forces happening here, or friction. So just kind of work through it. Bring your shoulders back towards your back leg so you have a nice straight torso. So you're not wanting to lean forward whatsoever. Definitely have a nice straight torso. And again, it's important to look at a mirror in this pose. So peek over to make sure your shoulders are nice and back. Press the palms as firmly as you can. And again, just kind of get the feeling of that tension radiating throughout the body. That back knee is definitely hovering just above the ground, so make sure it's as low as you can possibly take. And just kind of feel the fight that's happening inside your body right now. It's pretty interesting. Once you're done, maybe lean forward to get comfortable. Reach back into a nice stretch here for the hip flexor and quad. Maybe rotate left to right, left to right. And just kind of move into that space. Here you go. Nice deep breaths. Try to reach your head through your arms. And bring the hands down, rotate to one side, sneak that leg out. And we'll try the other side, so you might want to just step the other foot close to where the other one was. Reach that back leg all the way back. If you have some kind of a tool where you can actually bring your ankle down versus being on a couch, again, just try to make sure your ankle is nice and straight. Toes reaching back towards us. And then start with your repetitions, making sure that the shoulders are nice and back. Coming close to the ground as you're going down, and then again coming up as high as you can. No, again, we're not trying to lock out in any direction here, trying to keep the tension within the body, the entire part of the movement. Once you hit your fifth one, let's go ahead and press those palms together hard. Start your timer for a minute and just take some nice deep breaths here. Again, make sure your front knee is not caving in. Press it out if you need to. It should be in line with that second toe or even further outside of that. And make sure that you have a good amount of space between the front and back legs so your knees are about 90 degrees. Continuing to press the shoulders back for a nice neutral spine. Shoulders down and relaxed. Press the palms. You could even actually put your foot in a drawer that you put maybe a comforter on. So if you were in your room, put your foot in a drawer, and that's a strong one, obviously. Make sure you have enough cushion for your ankle so it's comfortable, but that's an idea as well. Go ahead and drop the knee, reach the arms back, try to reach the head through those arms. Nice stretch for that front hip flexor and quad. Move the arms left to right, left to right. Opening up some space there. Bring the arms forward, release that leg. Slowly coming up into the next position. So we're gonna take probably about a 10-pound weight. No need to really have more than this. And first we're gonna kind of dynamically move our bodies in this wide squat stance. So left to right, front to back, just kind of dynamically moving, getting our hips ready for this pose. Make sure you have enough space ahead of you. Really trying to work the heels down, so have your feet as wide as you need to so you can really get into this position properly. If needed, double up the mat behind your heels and actually have your feet situated to where your heels are raised a bit for more support. Now from here, raise the 10-pound weight, and we're gonna hold this for 2 minutes if we can, as long as we can have a nice neutral spine. So I really want you to press the chest out so you have a natural curve in the back versus kind of a turtle shell sort of shape. We really don't want that to happen. So again, press your chest forward and really work your knees out. Of course, the heels are pressing down as well. So again, we've got a really great Achilles and calf stretch going on here at the same time that we're opening the hips. course, it would be wonderful if your feet could be more forward versus kind of outwards like mine are. So if you can do that, wonderful. Try to straighten out the feet a bit more. Regardless, you'll probably need to be in that wide stance. And I'm about as wide as a yoga mat would be. So continue to press the chest forward. Nice natural curve in the back. Maybe take a peek at a mirror, make sure that you've got that curve. Your arms are straight out in front. The weight's about the height of your eyes. And just focusing here. And prying the knees open. And if you don't have a weight, you might have something in your house that's about 10 pounds worth. You can absolutely pick up something like that. You don't have to have all these tools. Go ahead and drop the weight. We're going to actually try to make the feet a little wider so we can get those heels down. Again, have a little dynamic movement if you need to. Let's hold this for another 2 minutes without the weight. Really pressing the elbows against the knees, pressing the chest through towards the front of the room. If you can have your feet straighter, again, that would be optimal. If your heels are not down yet, just take a slightly wider stance and you'll find that they'll drop. If not, you might want to actually raise up a bit in this pose and kind of hold there. Do your best to really press hard against the inner parts of those knees. Press the palms together. And keep breathing. We've got a lot of good change happening here within our bodies. Maybe move the head left to right. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Release tension in the neck if it's there. Keep pressing the knees out, hips down. Reach up through the chest. Maybe take the chin to the chest and chin up. Again, just kind of dynamically moving. Or staying still. Finally, take your hands in front of you, lean forward, send the hips up, and a nice little hamstring release here. Take both elbows with your hands, rock a little bit left to right, moving into maybe a pendulum swing where you're really completely swinging those elbows from left to right, left to right. Some nice free movement here. Maybe drawing figure eights on the ground. Knees can absolutely be as bent as needed. Take the hands in front of you, maybe give me a flat back, and back down, and then slowly come back up. The head's the last thing to come up. Last movement here is going to be where we take that 10-pound weight in, let's say, the right hand. Left leg comes off. We're going to switch the weight to the other hand and keep a very still body as we do that. As long as we're stable, go ahead and raise the left knee and the right arm. The right arm is against the ear, and I'm wanting you to watch yourself in a mirror so that you can make sure that your body is as straight as it possibly can be, as if I could draw a line from your chin down to the base of your spine. It needs to be a nice straight line, so force it straight if needed. And this is one where you really can't afford to be distracted. You know, your mind might start to wander, but if you do, you might find yourself start to, get out of the pose and lose your balance. So it really forces you to concentrate. Bring that left knee up as high as you can. You should be able to wiggle the toes on the right foot as well. And again, just keep reaching up as high as you can with that right arm, keeping it against the ear. Watching the trunk of your body, making sure you've got a nice straight line there. Pressing the hips even, making sure one hip is not raising up. Pressing it back down. It might be the left hip that you need to press down towards the floor to make it even with the right hip. Nice deep breaths. I'm actually counting my breaths here. So I'm counting 40 breaths as I breathe in and out. In and out. Paying attention to what's happening to my body. Raise the knee up some more. The shaking is good. Just stay in it. Stay nice and level in the hips. Nice and straight through the core of the body. And exhale, take it down. Right leg reaches out, staying still. The weight is transferred to the right arm. As long as you're nice and still, go ahead and raise up that left arm and that right knee as high as you can. Check your body, make sure you have nice straight alignment. Make sure that left arm is hugging next to that ear. Check those hips. May need to drop that right hip a little bit. You've really got to do this pose in front of a mirror so you can watch yourself. And again, stay focused. Don't let yourself get distracted or your thoughts wander. Open your eyes and bring yourself back to what you're doing. Bring that right knee up some more. Press in firm to that left leg. Wiggle those toes. Have control. Again, be aware of the hips. Are they level? Can I draw a straight line from your chin down to the base of your spine? The middlemost part of the hip area. Keep raising the right knee some more if you can. You're tucking the tailbone at the same time. Reaching that left arm as high as you can. Nice deep breaths. Again, counting 40 breaths as slow as you can. Breathing in and out. That's 2. And out. Counting with your breath. And slowly exhaling, bringing the weight down. Fantastic job. Thank you for joining me.